Hey guys, this is Sneaky HDTV here. So, I wanted to show you guys my gear setup and my deck in Wizard101. So, if you're wondering, this is my house in the background, obviously. So, let's just get right into it. Let's start with the pet. So, go to the pet. My pet is a Mystic Sabertooth. Yeah, I couldn't get anything better. I've hatched so many times with storm beasts and pets like that, but I kept getting the stupid Sabertooth. But in the end, got good stats, even though doesn't give anything beneficial to me. But it has Pain Giver, Fairy Friend, Critical Hitter, Storm Dealer, and Storm Giver. Now, if we look at it in the inventory, you get those stats there. I haven't quite got a socket thing for it, a jewel or whatever you want to call it, but yeah. Then let's go to the actual gear. So for my gear, I am a level 110 Prodigious Storm, and this is the stuff I use. So I use the Malastairs Cowl of Flux. You get this from the Darkmoor dungeon, which you unlock at level 100. Now, I'm still trying to get the Malastair robe, but this is what I use. You can get this from the Rattlebones Exalted dungeon. This is not the best thing you can get, though, so I don't recommend it. And I use the Malastair's Boots of Flux, which are also dropped by the final boss of the Graveyard in Darkmoor, Malastair the Undying. Now for wands, this is my critical wand, which you can get in the Nightmare pack. Actually, no, not the Nightmare pack, but the other pack. Forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's super good. I highly recommend it if you're max. Now, I don't have a 110 because they didn't release the update till around, not August, about around December or so. I don't quite remember, but I remember it was in Halloween time. So, going on, I have this, which is also the Malstair staff. I'm still attempting to get the eye for the elemental school. But yeah, this is what I'm using for now for my Pierce and Critical Block wand. Now that's really it for the wands. For the Athame, I use the Dragon's Talon of Tumult. Sorry if I butchered that, but yeah, I use these jewels, which you can get from the pack. I believe it's the jewel. It's like a jewel pack you can get in the. Yeah, here it is. So you can get a jewel pack of every single school, and I opened up a few of these storm jewel packs, and that's how I got my jewels. So for this, I use the Flygob's medallion because I quite haven't got like anything from Rasputin, so this is like pretty much what I use. I have this, but it's not beneficial to me. And for this, I use Alpha and Omega Ring because this is probably the best ring in the game that I know of. If there is any better ones, let me know in the comments below. You could also use this Band of the Shadow Whip, which you get from Morgant in Chrysalis Part 2. Now, mounts don't really matter, but personally, I use the Tiki Wave Rider, which, funny story about this, is I got on my first pack. So going to the deck, this is what I use. This is my main boss slash Rasputin slash Malastair slash Morgant deck, but yeah. So, of course, for every max level deck you want to use these boosts, which you can get from Zafaria using the Sun Quest. Now, Gargantuan you can get from Celestia at level 60 or 58, I believe. Now, moving on to the next card. Now, these two cards here you can get in Azteca when you do, I believe, the Sun Quest. And if you do the Star Quest in Azteca for any school, you get this aura, which is really, really good and useful. Now, I put one Dark Wind just to get the extra damage if I have nothing else to use. Now, of course, you get your level 100 spell, Shadow Spell. That's really good for any school. So, yeah. Now, this spell is the one you get at 108, in Polaris. I highly recommend using this against bosses. Now, Stormlord is for stunning enemies, but this isn't really beneficial in PvE. Now, moving on, we got some Stormblade cards, which up your damage, and Supercharge, which gives you, like, if you had 1 pip, it would give you 10%. So if you had, like, 10 pips, that would give you 100% blade, which is really beneficial. So this spell is super good for attacking, because the more pips you have, the more damage it does. And yeah, I'll go more into this later. But this is for, like, killing the minions if I have nothing else. This is just a boost, and then these are tri-blades, which are also a boost. So going over main stats, they aren't the best, but they're good for PvE. Now, I haven't really done much with PvP, but this is my PvE setup. Now, I have really bad block rating, but pretty decent critical rating for the new update. So yeah, using all of this and Tempest massively increases the damage of it if you use Gargantuan or Colossal on it. You could also use traps and other things to boost up your damage. So yeah, this is my main setup for pretty much everything. I'll just show you some of my extra pets. These are work in progress pets. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Something cool is I got most of these from Polaris, so yeah. Just trying to look for some other things. So this is a failed fire pet. And this is 2 failed myth pets. So in the next video I'll go over my myth setup. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.